Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to do photo transfers onto canvas. My name is Ashley Hay. I'm a mixed media artist and this is a process I love. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get something that we can put underneath the photograph to give us purchase under the canvas. At the moment, the canvas is just going to sag when we press on it. So I want something large enough that's going to sit in underneath there. So I've got a few books here and we just need to work out how many we need so that we get a good height and it's not too high on there. All right, let's get started. So what we're going to do first is we're going to actually just tear an edge off the photograph. I like to do this because it just creates a nice soft edge to work your mixed media up to. When we turn this over, this shape is going to be on this side, so it's going to be the opposite image. So the waterfall will actually be on here and the lower side will be here and the higher side will be there. So if it's important that it's this way around, what you need to do is you need to flip it on the computer so it's backwards and reverses when you do your print. So you can do that very, very simply on the computer. So what we're going to do is just register that image just with a light pencil mark. Then we're going to remove it and we're going to put our PowerPrint photo transfer medium onto the canvas first and then onto the paper. So we want to put a little bit of the PowerPrint out. Now I need to work quite quickly because I don't want this to be drying off. The other thing I need to have readily at hand is a shopping cart and also a damp cloth. So I've got those organised, ready to go, and we're going to paint this first, then we're going to paint the face of the photograph. Now on the paper I have to work double time. I don't want any big goopy marks, otherwise it will act like a glue. Quickly turn that over. Pop that down and get the shopping card and squeeze that in. That's looking really good. Yep. You don't want to get any of the medium on the back of your paper as much as possible. And the other thing is, you can see how I'm taking that excess off on that damp cloth. That is so important because otherwise what will happen is you'll be putting the medium onto the back of the paper and it will make it a lot harder to remove the paper. So you can see I'm really burnishing that well, making sure it's really, really well stuck down, and I haven't got any air bubbles in there. So that's looking really, really good, and I'm giving it a bit of pressure as well and giving it a good rub with my hand, giving it a bit of love. Also just wipe any excess off the canvas there. So now we're ready to heat set it, and to do that we just need a cardboard box and a hairdryer. Let me show you. So we're just going to sit this over the artwork. You notice it's got a hole in the top. This is a lot easier than holding onto the hairdryer for 10 minutes. And we're just going to allow that to heat set for 10 minutes. Now that we've heat set the image, what we need to do next is take the paper backing off. And to do that, it's really, really simple. You just need a bowl of warm water and a Chux wipe. I'm just going to dampen that down in the bowl. And I'm squeezing out most of the water from that cloth so that it's just damp, and then we're going to just rub straight onto that canvas. And hopefully we won't get too many shiny bits, because if there's a lot of shiny bits, it means we've got that medium on the back of the paper. It's looking like I've got a bit of medium on some of it, but it's not too bad. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to take our fingers and roll that first layer of paper off. Look at that, it's coming through beautifully. So that's most of that first layer of paper off. So what we need to do next is take our wipe, dampening it down again in the warm water, and we're just going to wet that surface again. And then take all of that paper off of the surface of that photograph. So that's looking really beautiful now. It's feeling quite smooth, so I can feel that I've taken most of that paper off. There may still be a little tiny bit there. So once I'm happy with it, I'm going to now just quickly clean up all the paper that's on the table. Then we're going to put a coat of Easy Coat Glossy on it, which is just going to gloss up the photograph beautifully and also waterproof it and protect it from the next layers that we're going to do. Usually as it dries, you'll start to get a little bit of a film coming over the top of the image where the paper residue is able to be seen. So this is where putting our coat of Easy Coat Glossy onto the surface of the photograph is just going to get rid of that little bit of paper residue, and it is going to bring it up photographically and look absolutely gorgeous. When you apply the Easy Coat Glossy, you want to do a thin, even coat and don't go over and over the same area, or you'll find that you get a milky film and it dries a little bit milky on your canvas. So just be a little bit careful of that. The other thing is that some of you out there might not like glossy, and in that case you can use Easy Coat Matte, which will dry to a matte finish. The thing with the Easy Coat Matte is that it's not as waterproof as the glossy. So it means that in your next layers, it is going to absorb some of the colours into the photograph if you get splashes and things onto it. So one of the real benefits of sealing it with the glossy, as you're working your next layers, you can actually wipe your image clean. You just need to ensure that that layer of Easy Coat Glossy is really touch dry before you do the next layer. And there you have it, our photo transfer onto canvas. If you've loved this and you love photography and want to do more of this, you're going to love my photo transfer and mixed media art workshop, available online at Ashley Hay Art Academy. Enjoy creating.